This is Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe button. Today we're going to talk about, well, we'll start out talking Young Thug. Young Thug is like, almost like the new age Gucci Mane, and it makes sense because Gucci Mane had Young Thug first before he went away, you know? So it makes sense because think of all the problems Young Thug has. I mean, he's had problems with Lil Wayne, YFN Lucci. Who else does he have problems with? What's his name? Rich Homie Quan. You know, and things are coming out now about, people were speaking about Rich Homie Quan problems and stuff. Because remember, Gucci Mane just last year wanted to offer $1 million to get these two on an album. And then, you know, Young Thug was like, yo, bro, $1 million for that? No. He says, and also, I'm the one that got your life together when you came home. Basically, you know, he did some tracks with him and Young Thug was on fire. And, you know, I get it, but, you know, he says I'm straight for life. Basically, you know, I made up for when you put me on those beginning, what were they, the trap got 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think he's been on all those. You haven't seen Gucci Mane and Young Thug work together recently, but there's always going to be some sort of loyalty there because, the Gucci Mane gave him a chance in the beginning, you know? Gucci Mane saw a lot of talent in the beginning of his career. I don't think he's so great at spotting talent today, you know, but in like, who do you like better? Fat Gucci or skinny Gucci? I like fat Gucci better, you know, like Gucci Mane, since he came out of jail, he's dropped a couple songs that are good, but it's like, you know, it's not the same, man. I don't know, you know, but, you know, things are never going to be the same. They're never going to be the same. You know, because remember, Gucci Mane had problems with T.I. and Jeezy, most notably. He's had problems with everybody else, too, like Waka and Gotti. You know, a lot of people, even Thug, you know? So it's like, Young Thug is kind of like the new age Gucci Mane in a way with a different style. Meaning, you know, that's his style. He just dropped a great album. And it's a different style than Gucci Mane. But as far as having problems with people, he's the same. He's the same. So it's kind of interesting how that works. I was thinking about it this morning. I was like, geez, this guy Young Thug is like the new age Gucci Mane, but like he's more about that action than Gucci Mane was. It's a little spooky. YFN Lucci, I don't know, man. You know, it's still, you know, I know that whole problem is deeper than rap itself. I mean, I know it goes even deeper than Young Thug's girl and everything, but, you know, it's like, it's probably not worth going down that road because, you know, nobody's gonna step in the middle of these two and stop this from happening. Nobody's just gonna try to mediate it. It's just gonna happen, and you know what? Someone should get in the middle of that and stop it. You know, at least they're never gonna be friends, but at least put it on ice, you know, because it's just dangerous, man. You know, like, it's usually innocent people, the friends that get it, not the artists, you know. Anyways, go check out Young Thug's new album. I think it's pretty good, man. Anyways, then we got 50 Cent. He welcomed Shad Moss back into the fold, and he's a little overly excited. He's commenting on 50 Cent, waking up this morning for Good Morning America, and he said he's not up. He had a crazy tycoon weekend. Congrats, bro. It's like, yeah, I hate it when people, like, you know who's guilty of doing that? Remember when Young Buck first got around 50 again after 2014-15? Every post was like, my big homie 50 Cent told me get up in the morning and wipe the crust at you and get to it. My big homie 50 Cent told me. But it's like, yo, is 50 Cent your father, man? Like, yo, chill out, bro. Like, yeah, you're down with the team. Now shut up, you know? Shut up. Yo, there's such a thing as too much, you know? You're doing that a little too much, you know? Stop it, okay? It's disgusting, man. It's like, yeah, you're down with the team, but he's not your daddy, man. Even your daddy, you shouldn't be talking to like that. It's like, it's corny. Yeah, don't get too excited. You know, man, there's only a few rappers I respect, man. You know, like, you can just see when somebody has no swagger and everything, you know? It's just crazy. Anyways, then we got, lastly, let's talk about 3 6 Mafia. They've been reunited, obviously, because Juicy J isn't on fire anymore. He was on fire. When he was on fire in 2011, 12, 13, 14, 15, he wasn't thinking about reuniting. And, you know, DJ Paul kept sending, you know, subliminals his way. And, you know, they go back and forth. Now that Juicy J's kind of like, okay, it's not going to be possible for me to get out on my own again. Let's go back to the 3 6 Mafia. Now, I'm glad they're getting back together because they're classic, you know. But let's not, come on, let's be honest, okay? Juicy J wasn't trying to reunite when he thought he had a chance to still get his solo career popping again. Now, granted, these guys have been on fire for like 30 years almost, you know? Like, so like they've been in the game, stayed relevant for 30 years, okay? DJ Paul, still, he didn't let that get him down. He still continued with his solo stuff, producing. He was on Drake's album and everything, you know, like, it's actually more beneficial for Juicy J to get with DJ Paul now because DJ Paul's doing a lot of tracks on people's albums again. And there was a couple years where he wasn't really focused on that. Now he's back to doing beats on Drake's album. I think he was on Travis Scott's album. You know, it's like he's on a lot of albums. And then last year, they had taken 3 6 Mafia sample and flipped it on 2 songs with G-Eazy and A$AP Ferg, you know? Again, where is that A$AP Ferg and Nicki Minaj video? I know they filmed it. It just never came out. That's a little weird. Same with that Tekashi, Nicki Minaj, and Kanye West video. You tease these videos and you don't drop them. It's a little spooky. Man. Then also, let's just talk openly. Okay, so the Jay-Z thing. I've seen some other perspectives. Jay-Z probably just knew, you know, I'm not gonna like totally say he did everything properly, you know. And, you know, Irv Gotti recently said that Jay-Z looked like a pawn in there. But you know what? Colin Kaepernick took a kneel. He didn't take enough action afterwards, you know. A couple other football players said they brought attention to the issue. And then it kind of got turned into like, this guy needs a job again when it was about social injustice, right? And I think Jay-Z is taking action on that. Yeah, he's going to benefit. He's going to make money off of it, of course. And Colin Kaepernick made money off of kneeling, too. He got a settlement from the NFL. And he got that Nike deal, okay? So he made a lot of money. Now, Jay-Z is probably the person to lead it to the next level. You know, it's a team effort, okay? And it's not all about, you know, of course Jay-Z's gonna make money, and I know there's an evil aspect to everything, but you can't change anything unless you're inside. And there's only a few people that have the kind of money and clout to get on the inside like that, and that's Jay-Z and probably Puff Daddy. Okay, those two. But that's probably it. I can't think of anybody else in music. Okay, we're talking about hip hop, that could get in there and really shake things up. And I think Jay-Z, you know, even though it comes with a lot of little evil things, like we heard about Jermaine Dupri was discouraged by Jay-Z to get involved with NFL. I don't think Jermaine Dupri had enough power, clout, money to play in that game. Jay-Z has enough, not only the money and the clout. Actually, yeah, we can reserve clout to, you know, he's friends with like people like Warren Buffett, people like that. He has more ties with people like that, and his face has been clean long enough to be in the NFL. You know how the NFL is, you know. So, you know, let's see what happens with everything. I'm sure it'll be fine. That was an uncomfortable press conference that he did, period, because, you know, they really don't mess with each other, the commissioner and him, but it's just, you know, it's a business deal. And Jay-Z did something similar with Rockefeller and everything. Jay-Z knows how to plot and move business-wise, and business is not a friend's business. Business is an evil business. It is, so I'm sure he'll do a lot of change. He was there during Black Lives Matter movement back in 2013 and 14, bailing people out and everything. I saw a recent, what was it, on ESPN or something? I saw some guys talking about it. They made a lot of sense. Jay-Z's been involved some way or another. Kaepernick just got involved when he got benched. And I'm not taking anything away from Kaepernick because he did a lot to bring attention to it. And I'm sure he will be involved once Jay-Z finds his footing. You can't bring everybody in the first day, You got to get your footing. And then he can do whatever he wants, But he has to get his footing, So let's see what happens. I'm not, not against any. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys. And, we'll see what happens with this. I think it's a good step forward to bringing attention to social injustice. I think they just passed some law in California today, too, about cops can only use lethal force when necessary. I don't know if that protects anybody, but it is some step in the right direction, right? I mean, there's too much going on. Anyways, guys, I appreciate you guys. It's Jordan Tower with JT News. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that thumbs up button, and I'll check you guys in the next one.